So we're back today doing another video for the brand Inkee. Inkee, again, not sponsored, so they did send it to us, just so you guys know. Yesterday we took a look at this, right? This right here. You guys can see it right there. And we had it mounted on the Sony ZV-1. Beautiful. Is that a good word? Beautiful. You know, I really, really like it. Good build quality. You can fold it up like this if you want. Good remote. This thing, the remote itself is Bluetooth, so it pulls off. Win. You know what? If you're looking for a tripod Bluetooth remote and you're considering the Sony one, this may be one that you may want to look at possibly instead, because it's cool. Now, one of the things with especially the Sony, the ZV-1, and these work, both of these that I'm talking about, also work with some Canon cameras, and we'll talk about that a little bit just in a minute. But especially with the Sony ZV-1, one of the biggest issues is that 24 mil, which is okay for vlogging, but as soon as you start turning on some of the stabilization modes, especially I believe it's called the active one, where it kind of crops in, you start getting really tight. And even with the Inkee Ironbee tripod, it's still a tad on the tight side when you do that. So if you want to get it out further, maybe you're like, oh, maybe a selfie stick would be better, a little selfie stick. But it would be cool if it had the same kind of remote features that the tripod had. Well, they've got you covered. Yep. This here, you got right here. Still the Ironbee, still Ironbee, still the Ironbee. I got to learn to talk in the morning. But this is the wireless control extension rod. So doesn't have a tripod on it, but you and I, you know what? You can go find little tripods, little screw-in ones that go into the tripod hole, which I believe this has. We'll check to make sure to kind of give this a tripod if you want. But this thing extends 25 centimeters, so that should get it out far enough for us to be able to use this in vlogging mode with that active stabilizer turned on the Sony ZV-1. So what we're going to do is take a look at what comes in the box. We're going to take a look at their Amazon listing, but I believe they have it on Amazon. You can get it on AliExpress, whatever. And we'll give it a quick try. All right, coming up. All right, guys, so again, here it is. This is the Ironbee, but just watch if you're looking online for these. They have two products that are both called the Ironbee. One is the Ironbee tripod. One is the Ironbee selfie stick, which is this one, the Ironbee Extension Rod, they call it. It's a selfie stick, right? And that's okay. We can be proud to say we own a selfie stick. Don't be shy. It's okay. So here it is. As it says here, mini tripod, 1/4 inch screw, 25 centimeters or 9.8 inch extension, compatible with ZV-1, A6400, A6100, A7 series, and a bunch of the Canons, right? M50, M6, M200, the R5, the R6, and I believe the R. So RP, not so much. Not so much love there, but that's okay. We can also see remote control. And this is one of the things I didn't even realize. With even this one, the remote control comes out because it's Bluetooth. It doesn't have to be like attached. It does that here too. So yeah, you have remote control to shoot infinitely, flexible tilt. I'm with you. Compact size for storage. Yep. 1/4 inch screw at the bottom, and it's, as it says here, combined with a tripod. Dual brands, Sony, Canon. Just realize if you're shooting, especially with the Canons, there are a few features that aren't there because they're mirrorless, of course. Unlike the ZV-1, the zoom feature is not electronic. It's literally you have to spin the lens. So the zoom features on the Canons aren't there, as well as I believe the custom 1 button doesn't function on the Canons as well. So, but you do have the start, stop, take pictures, stuff like that. That's kind of cool. All right, here it is, Ironbee. Right, QR code, I believe that just takes you and I to their website. Okay, and we get USB, probably USB cable would be my. Now, it's probably the same as the tripod version, I would think. You're gonna get an Allen key for tightening it if you need to. This is a little Bluetooth transmitter. You guys will be able to see that there. A little Bluetooth transmitter. It's micro USB for if you have a camera, Sony or whatever, that doesn't have built-in Bluetooth and you need to kind of add it. So it comes with that, which is nice. There's your Allen key right there. So a little Allen key for tightening some of the screws, if you want to loosen them or tighten them, depending on your preference. And you get a USB-A to USB-C for charging, which is kind of important. And last but not least, we'll just kind of pull this out here. Oh wait, there's something else in here. There's something else in here. There is a tripod. Oh, I didn't think it came with one. Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Yeah, super awesome. Okay, so this is a pretty cool feature as well, because now you got, and you could use this one, which I didn't even realize it came with it, but it did, right? There you go. You're rocking both, which is awesome. Or if you have your own tripod, you got that as well, right? Maybe you have one that's longer. So we're going to screw this in here because that's fantastic. And this, of course, as you can see there, right? This is the remote, and it is pop-offable. Say that, right? It's just my new name, Greg Pop-offable. No, pop-offable, magnetic. So you can see there's little divots in there, and this just magnets on. It's got a solid, I don't think it's just gonna pop off, right? Pop-offable, pop-off, pop-offable. It's got a little USB there, so you can charge this. This is nice. You can actually charge this separately, you know, so you'd be like, oh, this is dead. I'm gonna charge this over here. But it doesn't stop you from just using this as a little tripod or a selfie stick or whatever. You wouldn't have the remote controls, but still functional, right? While you're charging it. And this, of course, 25 centimeters, just kind of, it's tight. There it is. And there's that, hopefully you guys can see it. There's where the Allen key can go to kind of tighten this pivot head, depending on your needs. Because maybe you have an R5 or R6 on here, a little heavier. Let's be honest, right? If you're holding this out vloggy style with an R5 or R6, that's going to be heavy. But tripod, right? Just have it on the table. That could be all right. So yeah, that's good. 25 centimeters out. I like even the arm, the stem, whatever you want to call that. You know, it's got that space grayish color. I like that. You know, and voila. That's all right. That's all right. I like that quite a bit. You guys can see that, hey? Nice base. Now if you didn't watch the tripod version of the Ironbee, you have your telephoto wide, and again, that part there, if you're running with the Canon cameras, probably not going to be functional because you literally have to spin the lens, so it's like an SLR, right? So you have to. But if you have a camera that has an electronic zoom, then you have that. This is going to take your photo. This is going to take your video. This is going to turn on and off. And there's your custom button. And again, on the Canons, as far as I know, the custom button, no worky. So just kind of be aware. But I like it a lot. So let's do this, shall we? I'm not going to show you necessarily how to connect this. If you want to see that, I'll put links up below. Put links up below, up here somewhere, where you can go see the video for this one, because I give you a little run through on how to actually pair it, which is going to be the same as this. So let's take my ZV-1, which is up here, hook it on here, and go for just a little walk to see that kind of distance. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys. So here's if I was just holding the camera with that active steady mode on, you can see how zoomed it is, and I've got pretty long arms, so you know the active is nice, and I'll just do a little walk, but it's tight. Right, it's really tight on you, so that can be a bit of a concern. So I've got the arm on there right now, and let's just extend it. Ready? Extend. Okay, and we're gonna tilt this like so. Okay, I think we're good, and I'm gonna get that out there, and that's with the active on. So here we are going for our walk, and I can do, which is awesome. You know, I'm walking. Loving life right now, you know, going up and down stairs, very nice. And I can even be like, let's get that a little tighter. Oh, tighter. No, I don't want it tighter. No, I don't. Widen it right back out again. And I can go for a nice walk, you know, show you guys around the neighborhood or the backyard. Maybe not the neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? And you get to see how smooth it is because of the active track. Or the active stabilization, steady shot, whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about. And turn around. You guys can go back and see, for instance, the video of the Ironbee tripod, which I really liked, but still a little shaky because I couldn't get it into this stabilization. So I think this stabilization is just going to be way nicer, you know. And if it's too wide, you can either shorten the actual arm, which is nice, or you can zoom in a little bit. It's really your call, you know. And the other thing too, sometimes we find a spot that we want to put the camera down on because we're vlogging, right? Want to put it on the ground. Now you get a little bit of height, so you have some ability to play with. And I'll use it for instance. So let's say I come over here, ready? And you only have like your Gorilla Pod or whatever you normally use. And you're like, that's the only thing I can find to put it down on. Now that's pretty low. So I come here and I'm like, well, it's all I got. So we're gonna straighten this out. Put my legs out. That's right, putting my legs out. And ready, hold on. Good, I think. And you're like, yeah, that's not bad. Just tilt that back a little bit. Okay, like so. And watch this. Taking my remote with me. Coming back here, talking away, you know, because now I can be back here. And I still have that ability to be like, let's just zoom in a tad bit while I'm talking, because I want that dramatic feel. And no, I want to get back out here. Do some talking. Remote. Yeah, then when I'm done, I just pop that back on, give this a little tilt, get it back into position, like so, get my arms here, ready, back into vlogging mode. That's pretty slick. And big step here, ready? Big step, because the stabilization when it's in that like active, because of that extra crop though, is really good. But normally it's just too close. So going upstairs, good? Yeah. I'm gonna go take a look at the footage, and we'll finish this video downstairs. All right, hold on. Okay, so I was definitely a fan of the tripod Ironbee. Yeah, fan of that. But I think this combo here, a little less money. I wouldn't say it's built as strong. This is a little more plasticky, for sure, versus like the metal body of the other one. But this comes in at, right now you're looking at, is it like $49, something like that, right? US. Gives you all the functionality of the other one, really. A little bit more pieces if you want a tripod, because you have to carry around 2 pieces. But having this allows you to get that active steady mode on the ZV-1, which is fantastic. It's so nice. I think it's, you know what, I think both of these, depending on your needs, whether you want a tabletop or you want something with a selfie stick, I don't think you can go wrong, really. You know, you could get both of these. So that one's like 99 bucks, this is like 50 bucks. You get both of these for the price of the Sony tripod, and you got way more flexibility and versatility. Yeah, that's right. I said versatility. I got that word in there because, yeah, that's really good. Now, you will notice for me, again, I have this ball head on here. It's just personal preference. Because my ZV-1 is primarily the camera that's up here, I use these Ulanzi ball heads. Not that you need it by any means, but I use these so that I can move them. So you'll see, like, I can be like, click, this comes off, which is awesome. And then I can just be up here and be like, and you'll hear it. Ready? Click. And now I got my camera mounted up there. So that's the only reason I use it. You don't need it because you guys are probably like, why do you have a ball head on there? Just because. That's all. Just because. These, as far as I know that the tripod one, and I would expect this to be the same, something like 80 hours on a charge, which is ridiculous. You know, you could charge this before you go on holidays or wherever, a weekend trip, and you should be good. Charge it with USB-C, awesome. And like I said, works with the majority, I'd say majority, I'm not saying all, majority of the Sony and the Canon mirrorless cameras. So a little bit less functionality with the Canons, missing a few features, but it still gives you some. So if you're like me and you're a mix shooter, Sonys and Canons, it's good. It's good. All right, my friends, I'm going to leave you there. I will put links down below, depending on where you are. I'll put some for Amazon, put some for, I think it's AliExpress, and that's going to be it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that little notification bell down there, and you and I will talk to each other again tomorrow. Inkee Ironbee. Yeah. Sweet. So sweet. Later, my friends.